So I'm here with my friend JeffAndy. What is it? JeffAndy? Is it
JeffAndy?
Jeff Alltogether? You know,
last name Alltogether, first name JeffAndy.
Search for the baddest on the time of figure eights can be seen. Anything else is under 18, not legal. And I'm legally blinded by anything subpar. She was far from it, to start summit to sunrise, not to
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Jeff. Like, what is it that you do? What does JeffAndy do?
I do. I'd say I'm just a creator, man.
Okay.
Essentially, sometimes the medium I created is engineering. Sometimes that medium is music, poetry. But all of those are areas that I'm in.
Okay, so you said two big things here. Let's step back. You said engineer, and you said music. So tell me a little bit about the engineering. Like, what are your experiences with that? What in engineering do you do?
So I'm actually about to graduate. I'm a fourth year electrical engineering major.
Okay.
At Wentworth Institute of Technology.
Here in Boston? Okay.
Yeah, up the street. Yeah.
All right. So what kind of musician do you do? Do you play instruments? Do you sing? Do you what do you do?
Man, it depends on the day, you know.
I hate
But mainly, I'd say I've been doing a lot of songwriting for different artists. In that songwriting, I've started doing some songwriting for my own stuff, just because I had that creative idea. And so, you know, if you have a talent, I feel like you should utilize it, even if you don't think you're the best at it.
So what is that instrument, if any, what is that instrument that you just specialize in?
Specializing?
Yeah.
I'd say right now you'll see me with a guitar a lot. I mean, I got a guitar with me right here.
Right.
I mean, partially because I'm not going to drag around a piano with me everywhere.
Agreed.
But really whatever opportunities are there, then I'll utilize that instrument more. So doing more gigs on one instrument as opposed to another at one point. So
and that would be the guitar.
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot more on guitar right now.
Okay. What kind of music things are you getting into there and now, essentially?
So out there, it was real. It was a cool dynamic. You know, my manager out there was actually a touring musician too.
Okay.
And out there, I was playing a lot, just doing a lot of learning. Got into the jazz scene a lot out there, playing at a spot in Austin called Elephant Room, sitting in there every week. Met some fantastic musicians out there. Red Young, Killing B3 player, and a couple other cats.
Okay. So did you said you performed, so were you playing in a band or were you doing solos or what were you doing?
So I was playing in like a jazz band setting, and I was also playing for a couple of songwriters out there, playing at a couple of churches, so on the gospel scene. I was playing for some R&B soul singers and opening up for different people, Marcus Houston, for Dwelle, stuff like that.
Wow, Dwelle, Marcus Houston?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cat Sean Anthony, R&B artists out there in San Antonio, so that was cool.
Are you rolling? What sort of things would you like to do? Tell me a little bit about the future.
So, as far as just all of my endeavors, nobody wants to be broke, so I want to be able to create some stuff, that's going to be able to get me. I got expensive habits, cars, clothes, those are expensive habits, so doing something where I could not only have that creative freedom, but be able to make money off of it. And as far as, just on the music side of things, I think being able to, the future is going to hold, nobody wants to play in their basement all the time.
Right.
So playing around, playing with different people that I can vibe with.
So pretty much you want to continue grinding and hustling and doing what you're doing right now, and hopefully something comes along. Somebody sees your ethic and sees your, perfecting your craft, and somebody recognizes it.
And also, just my own, the stuff that I create myself, not just playing for other people.
Right.
My own music or my own poetry. Being able, not necessarily blowing up, but reaching people, and really just, even if I had like a cultic following, I think that would be cooler than having, brainless masses following you.
Right. So, I could respect that. that. So, given that you talked about engineering and you got this music, how do you find the time to balance engineering, music, family, social life? Like, how do you get it all done? How do you do it?
Drugs.
No.
Don't do drugs.
Right.
I'd say just time management and just really having a plan. Somebody taught me one day to really make a plan and plan things out. And so, think of tomorrow, yesterday, and you be ready for today type deal.
Right.
You always step ahead of your game, and you be good. And so, if you plan time, given, you got to make compromises. So you might not be able to always hang with homies or, go to certain get-togethers. You might not be able to get as much sleep as you want to.
So basically, time management, and obviously the dedication towards that time management. You can manage your time all you want, but if you don't actually do it, if you're not determined to see it through, it's not going to mean anything.
Time management's one aspect, and another aspect is being willing to, give up certain things. Like, I may not be able to go out and go, shopping and play ball.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice, essentially.
Time management and sacrifice. I could dig that. I could dig. So I guess what motivates you, Jeff? What motivates you to be so successful and to do these things?
I say part of it's internalized. When I was a toddler and coming up in the preteen years, I was playing piano a lot, and I was doing classical piano. And every time I'd be at the keys, when I feel like not practicing after about 45 minutes, an hour, Pops would say, Beethoven practiced for 8 hours until he was dead. And I heard this over and over again. And, I just brushed it off, whatever. But I feel like part of that, looking in retrospect, is internalized. Like, I'm just willing to do what I have to do to attain whatever it is.
Your music, what do you want your music to accomplish? Is it money? Is it prestige? Is it reaching people, helping others, motivating others? What do you want what kind of impact do you want what you're doing to have?
Well, I always say I'd rather a cultic following than, you know, the brainless masses following you. So I wouldn't say it's fame necessarily, but definitely getting a following of people who, you know, look at the art and could decide then whether they like it or not. So first of all, I just want people to hear it.
Right.
You know, you can decide whether you like it or not. And then I just wanted to start conversation and provoke thought. And, you know, also be able to vibe with some stuff you could bob your head to. Some of the music may do that, some of the poetry may do that. Some of them may make you, you know, think of certain situations and scenarios. So
I could dig that. Let's say I was, you know, some down on my luck inner city kid, you know, where life is not so easy.
yeah.
And I desperately need to hear something hopeful, something that tells me that the world need not be as bad as I think it is.
Yeah.
What would you say to me, Jeff?
I think the main thing that gave me hope was knowing that there could always be hope. A lot of cats would, you know, they kind of count themselves out like, oh man, I didn't really go to college. Or for me, I'd say, you know, I wasn't taking guitar lessons or piano lessons or what have you since I was, you know, 2 years old, or I didn't do certain things. But, you know, the best time to plant a tree is either 20 years ago or today. And so you just kind of, once you realize your goal, you know, I heard one of the people that I follow a lot is Pharrell, and he said, you know, once you realize your goal, you picture your goal, look at where you are, and then think of the distance, and that's what a lot of people don't do. Once you figure out that distance, and it's always possible to travel that distance, so it's always possible, no matter where you are, you know?
So it doesn't matter what I go through, me, inner city, down on my luck kid, you're telling me it doesn't matter what I go through, that as long as I believe and I work for it, I can make it happen.
Yeah, man, you gotta work, you gotta be willing to grind, given, you know, certain things may be easier for other people because of their scenario, but you could always, you know, you may have to grind a little harder, but that's just gonna make that goal more sweeter in the end.
I want to drop off the shift, guys. Yes, you said leave her. See her whatever. Can I get her out?
But I'm gonna keep on doing it anyway.
The funniest thing is I can't feel my fingers.
So how's your social life?
Social life?
Like, do you know,
when I do get out.
Does being a musician, like, get you chicks? Like, does it do that?
Man,
does it have perks, you know?
Say, man, being an engineer has perks. Like,
all right.
honestly,
Okay.
you know, opposites attract. So
Yeah,
musicians
yeah.
may like engineers. They dig the whole engineering aspect. Like, oh, it's something different.
Right.
You know, but I'm more. I'd say, although it may bring a lot in, I do believe in quality over quantity. So quality over quantity.
Ass dude. Fried ass dude.